Hello everyone. Today is February 17, 2017. This is my 7th episode about C++ type functions modern C++ programming series. In this session, we will learn all about std forward, and we need to move forward too. Up to this point, this is my YouTube videos, 376 videos I have made, mostly about C++ programming or mathematics, but still I haven't dealt with std forward before. I tried a couple of times to make videos about std forward. I failed because I haven't prepared enough to make video about std forward. I have tried several times even though I use std forward all the time. This is one of the most complicated, difficult topic to properly deliver to my audience. I try to make this video as simple as possible to help you understand what std forward is. Understanding std forward is very difficult, but I will try my best. And so I am very excited I can finally make video about std forward. Ever since I began to make C++ videos, 376 previous videos, now I decided to talk about std forward. So I am very excited today. We need to move forward. Yes, we need to move forward. C++ language first appeared in 1985, 30 years ago. Van Strostrup, this man, created C++ language, and I began to learn C++ language in 1990. So I have been programming almost 29 years, almost 30 years I have been using C++ language. I am very excited these days about new C++ language feature called concept. A bit background of concepts in C++ 17. This is what Van Strostrup, the creator of C++ language, explains what is concept. In about 1987, I means Van Strostrup, to design templates with a proper interface. I failed. I wanted 3 properties for templates: full generality, expressiveness, zero overhead compared to hand coding, etc. The solution to the interface specification problem was named concept by Alex Stepanov. Alex Stepanov is one of the biggest architects in modern C++ language. Alex Stepanov coined the term concept. A concept is a set of requirements on a set of template arguments. Concept is currently ISO/TS and is proposed to be put into standard proper for C++ 17. But sadly, concept is not included in C++ 17. Concept has been tried for 30 years from the inset of C++, from the beginning of C++. This concept feature has been thought, experimented. Now let's see. C++ 0x concepts were temporarily accepted into the working paper for C++ 11, but was removed in 2019. In addition to the concept themselves, C++ OX concept included concept map, blah blah blah. So the concept has been tried several times in history of C++. Now concept finally arrived with C++ 20. Concept will play very important role in future C++ programming. I believe concept is the future of C++ language. Concept was a dream for Van Strostrup, the creator of C++. Concept is finally arriving in C++ 20 standard. Sadly, I got 3 thumbs down like this. It might be pretty difficult, too much challenge for beginners. But through this series of videos, C++ type function, modern C++ programming, I will guide you how to accept new concepts, modern C++ programming. I created type library functions. Please click this link. I created a complete type library function. You can download my type library functions. I created this type library to help my audience learn most advanced C++ technology. For what std forward can be useful? std forward might not be the protagonist of modern C++, but it plays the most important role of supporters. How std forward is different from std move. std forward is the smarter version of std move. std forward is the smarter version of std move. What achievement can we make using std forward? Ultimate performance. What makes std forward so difficult to understand? We first have to understand its purpose of std forward. I will talk about this very shortly. We need to have complete understanding of C++ type system if we want to understand what std forward is. We need to understand what is lvalue reference, what is rvalue reference, what is lvalue, what is rvalue. We need to understand reference collapsing rules, how to remove reference from a type. We also need complete understanding of forwarding reference or universal reference, how arguments are deduced, and what is non-deduced context. Should we know how to implement it? Yes or no? No? If you don't need to concern about C++ internals. Yes. If you want to gain advanced C++ features. Okay, let's get started. In your download folder, please unzip it. Double click the folder, right click, copy, move it to your working folder. Paste. Double click the folder, copy the folder path, right click your command prompt, right click once again, properties, Ctrl A, click start in path, Ctrl A, Ctrl B, click OK. Now start Visual Studio Code. In Visual Studio Code, go to File, Open Folder, paste the folder path, backward slash, enter, select folder. Click this button, 07, forward. Click this button, PCH H. Click this button, PCH CPP. click this button, forward 1 CPP. Double click pch.h this file, include talk play fun type util.h. This file and this pch file include pch.h. This forward file include pch.h and include type function tutorial h. Okay, auto stream talk play fun stream auto nl stream get console out int main stream welcome to std forward nl open your command prompt, dir cd 07 forward cl pch local pch.cpp msvc local forward 1 cpp. Okay, now it should work properly. Now we can close this file. First off, we will learn how to use std forward void get rvalue int b stream get rvalue called nl void rvalue basic. We copy this function and paste it here. We delete this line. Now here int rvalue reference r5 r is a rvalue reference. Now we call this function like this, get rvalue r. I will create one more, int a 6 int l is lvalue reference. This does not work. Get rvalue a get rvalue l. Now let's test one by one. Like this. cannot convert argument 1 from int to int rvalue reference. Since A is of type int, A's value category is lvalue, we cannot pass lvalue to this function, to a function that takes rvalue reference. This is rvalue reference. We cannot pass lvalue A to a function that takes rvalue reference. This is a function that takes a rvalue reference as parameter. So it does not work. I disabled. Now let's try this function. No, it does not work. Since L is lvalue reference, we cannot pass lvalue reference to a function that takes rvalue reference. So it does not work. Now let's try this. We cannot. The type of R, this R, is rvalue reference. We cannot pass rvalue reference to a function that takes rvalue reference as its parameter. It is very shocking. So this is rvalue reference. This function takes rvalue. We cannot pass like this. Understanding this is the first step. We cannot pass. Okay, now if we build, not this one, if we build again, now it works. Please understand this 1, 2, 3. Now let's try another one. Get rvalue 5. This is pure rvalue. Yes, it works. 4. We can pass pure rvalue to a function that takes rvalue reference. Okay, this function's parameter type is rvalue reference. We can pass pure rvalue like this. Now let's try another function. Int return int. return 1. Okay, I call this function now. We can pass this function like this. Get rvalue, return rvalue. So this is this function, return int, like this. Now retry this. It works. Five. We can pass. This is actually rvalue, the return type, the rvalue return type, return value, rvalue return value to a function that takes a rvalue reference. I would say that takes rvalue reference. Understanding this 1, 2, 3, 4 is very important. Now I copy this function. I copy it like this. Then I say rvalue fundamentals. I change the function name like this. I copy and paste it here like this. Now I modify it. I remove this part. Then I can typecast like this. int rvalue reference. I typecast it. This is lvalue reference. int rvalue reference. int rvalue reference. Okay, now we delete this part because we don't need this. Now we are calling this function. Let's try. Okay, it works. What we should learn from this function is, if we want to pass lvalue to a function that takes rvalue reference, we have to typecast to rvalue reference. Then we can pass also. Please remember this part, this message. If we want to pass lvalue to a function that takes rvalue reference, we have to typecast to rvalue reference like this. I will copy this function once again. I copied, pasted, then I say rvalue fundamentals move. Okay, then I can modify like this, std move. I change it, modified like this, std move. std move. Now I copy this function and paste it here. I disable this, build again, so it runs the same. Okay, so std move here, std move is a typecast to rvalue reference. Now let's move on. I copy this part, std forward like this. Now instead of doing this, let's try like this: std forward int a. Here std forward int a, or we can do like this: lvalue reference. Okay, now try once again: std forward int. I copy once again, std forward lvalue reference. Okay, I think this does not work. Let's try this function here. No, it doesn't work. 100, this doesn't work. Both std move and std forward are typecast to rvalue reference. std move blindly typecast to rvalue reference, whereas std forward is a smarter typecast to rvalue reference. So this does not work, and these two both work. Let's try once again. So all worked. Okay, all worked. Let's see, all worked. So it means std forward int a is equivalent to int a. Okay, std forward int l is equivalent to int l. But let's think about this. This is failed. std forward forward int lvalue reference L is equivalent to int L. I will talk more about this part. Then the result becomes int like this. I will talk more about this line. Okay, so it becomes lvalue. I will talk more about this. So it doesn't work. I will talk about now. This line is equivalent to like this. std forward int r. This is equivalent to int rvalue reference r. Okay, this line is equivalent std forward int rvalue reference r is equivalent to int r. It equivalents to int r. I will talk more about this in next session. This is called reference collapsing rule. I hope you understand. Both std move and std forward are typecast to rvalue reference. std move poses typecast to rvalue reference. So it always succeeds, whereas std forward is also a typecast, but it can fail because it is a smarter typecast. std forward is meant to be used together with forwarding reference. Y is called universal reference. In my next session, we will learn std forward together with forwarding reference. Before I end this session, I will remind you one thing more. Here, I forgot one thing. So, the return value of type int or non-reference type is called rvalue. So return int returns an rvalue. We can pass rvalue to a function that takes rvalue reference. Please understand this concept because we passed return value of this function to a function that takes rvalue reference. Another point I need to remind you is this: int return rvalue int a std return int, we are typecasting a. Okay, I would say x value int rvalue reference as return value type return value category is x value. We can also pass x value or rvalue reference return value type to a function that takes rvalue reference. int lvalue reference is called x value. Okay, this is pure rvalue. int as the return function with return value type is pure rvalue. Rvalue reference as the function return value type is called x value or expiring. So we can also pass return value of this expression to this function like this. Get rvalue, this function return x value, return x value here 5. Okay, now let's build this function once again. rvalue basic, I will disable this part. We enable rvalue basic once again. Okay, so we can also pass we can also pass return value. This is called x value. Okay, this is called x value. This is called pure rvalue. Understanding this concept is very important. 6. We can pass the x value or int rvalue reference as return type to a function that takes rvalue reference. These 4, 5, 6 are integral concepts to recycle rvalue. In my next session, I will talk about how to use std forward together with forwarding reference. It might be a little bit challenging already for you, but please keep watching my future videos. Thank you for watching.